So we have parked up here at the point of the Heart of England Way where we came out of Bannams Woods on the last walk. We're going to be walking down to Spernal Lane and then looping back to this point. So I hope you're going to enjoy this next leg of the Heart of England Way. So that point there is where we left the Heart of England Way on the last walk to do our return leg. And so for today, we're going to carry on the Heart of England Way, which you can just about see. There is a sign down there. This is quite nice. We're going to head into the woods. As you can see, it's fairly overcast today. So it's not like we're needing to keep out of the sun, but the dogs will be happy to explore the woodland. I'm not sure what this wood is called. It's not Bannams Wood because it's not actually linked. So I'll try and find out and put the name up on the screen. Very lush and very green, especially as we've just had a little bit of rain in the last day or two. It's interesting that there's just this fairly large arable field, but completely surrounded by woods on all sides. Danny knows where we're going, following the path. And ahead of us, you can't quite make it out I don't think on the screen, is Round Hill, which is where we're heading next. So the good news is we're not going up Round Hill. The camera definitely flattens the angle out. It is, to the naked eye, well, it's not very high, it's 140 metres or something, but it would be a short, sharp climb. It just looks like a little pimple on the screen, on the camera lens. But we are going around Round Hill, carrying on that way. So as you turn off the lane, I know from doing this previously, and there is a sign there, although we want to go through this field, there are, you can just see in the distance if I zoom in and the dogs don't pull me over, some horses in this field which are racehorses on their summer holidays, so just to be aware and just be careful. So we got through the field. The horses are fine, they were just very curious, and I don't want to get caught in the middle of them if they will start asserting who's top dog, so to speak. But we got through there fine. We're now into the woods. Yep. And we will actually, when we come back, we'll actually be heading down there. This is like a little crossroads of paths. For now, we are heading up to the right. Now, actually, to clarify, because it's not very well signposted, we've come through the gate that's where that tree is. And you don't want to take the first right, because there is a path there. Not that way, boys! Boys, this way! It's this path here, because there's also a path there, which is where we'll come back. Oh, it's really warmed up all of a sudden. It's forecast to rain overnight, it's forecast to rain again this evening. It's quite overcast and cool, not cold, just cool when we set off. And it's now getting a bit more humid as we get closer to midday. So I am very warm. As you can see, we're walking. I'm just going to not fall over through this lovely woods. And there's quite a few marks. This is a bridleway as well, so there are hoof prints. There's quite a lot of racehorses in this area. The biggest racehorse trainer name is Dan Skelton, and we will be going past his yard later on. Who, if anyone's into the national hunt racing, you'll definitely have heard of him. And if you're into show jumping, you'll have heard of his father, Nick Skelton, who is a double Olympic gold medalist. But this is very beautiful. This is probably my idea of a perfect day. It's beautiful weather, it's not too hot, so there's no fear of getting overly dehydrated or sunstroke. Out with my dogs, beautiful countryside, nobody else around, no traffic, and all along Heart of England Way. I always feel like I'm back in Scotland doing the St Cuthbert's Way. The smell of wild garlic's quite strong. Not quite as strong as it was up in Scotland, but it's lovely actually, it's not overpowering. I don't know if you can hear the birdsong above the puffing spaniel. Oh, look at that view. Okay, short bit of road work coming up. I've just come down the hill. I think it might have called Lodge Hill. And, oh, I can stop. The dog's pulling. We're going to head up there for a little bit. So we're always crossing different paths as we make our way along the Heart of England Way. And now we've bumped into the Monarch's Way. Not sure we're ever going to get time to do this one. 625 miles. Pretty good views from up here. Okay, it's not the Lake District Mountains or, I don't know, the wild moorlands of Yorkshire or the Dales, but here in the middle of England, I think we've got pretty fabulous views too. So this is pretty much where we turn off. The Heart of England Way sort of carries on to Spernal Lane. We are going to go left down here and then head back round in a loop back to the start. Now this is technically a lane. This is a Stoat Lane. I mean, you could drive a 4x4 down it, I guess, but not much else. So the village of Great Alne is, you can go right and right again, and there is actually a pub there, the Old Mother Huffcap. We are now on Park Lane. I've left the dogs off because this is pretty quiet. Just really goes up to a private property. And from memory, the next bit might be a little bit tricky as we're heading through some racehorse trainers and some private properties that do have footpaths running through, but we'll see how we get on. Another lovely woods, really tranquil. Little short sharp climb up there, and then just follow the edge of this field. Beautiful paddocks with mares and foals. We're heading on that way. Compared to the last time I walked this route, the owners of Alne Park Stud, which is the sort of fields we've been walking through with mares and foals and some young racehorses, it's much better signposted, much better fence, nice easy gates to open. So it's been a lot nicer. Now I know some people who walk, sorry, I'm getting towed by the dogs. Boys, stop. Some people who walk might get a bit worried about going in fields with horses, but they are flight animals, so if you shoe them, they will move away from you. Cows, yeah, I'm not so keen on cows. And sheep obviously are fine. You just make sure you have the dogs on the leads. So I do hope some of you try this this walk. It's really lovely. So we're about to go past, if I spin around, can you see them? Oh yeah, there we are. The barns, and we'll be going past shortly the actual training grounds where Dan Skelton trains his racehorses. So there you can see the training grounds. This is a little schooling area, and they're just getting the horses jumping. And then when they want to get them jumping at speed, we've got this section here, and there is a footpath that goes literally alongside that line of fences and then heads off that way to Little Lawn. We are heading that way. So we're going to go up past Dan Skelton's stables, which are just up here. We'll go straight past them and then into the woods, the woods that we walked through earlier on the out leg. So we're back at the crossroads where we came through before. Danny thinks we're going back the same way. You can just about make out the racehorses in the paddock there. But this time we are heading this way. So there's been lovely woodland on this walk already. And a lot of this last bit is also going to be woodland, which is handy because it is trying to rain. Although, considering we've hardly had any rain in recent months, that looks like a rather muddy patch to try and pick my way through. Really? I don't know how clear it is on the screen, but this footpath obviously doesn't get that much footfall, possibly because there was two very muddy swampy bits back there, which, considering the lack of rain we've had this spring, I do now have one wet muddy foot, so maybe that's why people avoid it. But it's lovely. I mean, we're in this forestry area where obviously they've been planting a lot of young trees. Just about make out Danny in the distance. He's very happy. Bailey's behind me. Right, we just need to go straight across this field. Can't see any livestock. A very striking house. I really can't understand why he has to keep coming back for us. He's so quick, he's like a little rocket. The old boy? Oh yeah. Yeah. He is the old boy now, Bailey. He was 10 on Wednesday. And Danny's only 1.5. Always 20 steps ahead. Right, just cross this quiet lane. Wait, boys, Danny, Bailey, wait. Wait. Oh, so through that field gap, and we're into these woods. We're going straight on. This is Badbury Hill we're making our way towards. There's a little sign there, I don't know if it says anything, let's have a look. No, a sign that no one can read. Marvellous. We're not really that far from where we started now. It's another very lush part where the dogs are very happy. I'd really recommend this route. I mean, I know I recommend all of them, but oh, ha! I can hear dogs in puddles. Anyway, as I was saying, I definitely would recommend this route. It's been lovely, lots of woodland, lots of countryside, a few fields, very, very little on the roads, and really beautiful, very lush because it's May, spring. So I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you've not seen any of the previous episodes of the Heart of England Way, check them out on the playlist, and we will see you next time when we walk the next leg down to the town of Ulster.